Most real estate agents make the same mistake. They hide behind their brokerage brand, and the truth is a brokerage's brand isn't designed to sell you, it's designed to sell them. And here is the reality. A broker's branding sells your broker services, but a personal brand, that is what sells you. And in a business where there are more agents than homes being sold, the agents who stand out are the ones who win. Today, I'm breaking down why personal branding in real estate isn't just nice to have, it's the only way forward. And I'll share exactly how I built my own brand, the mistakes I've made, the systems I created, and the strategies that have made me a listing dominant agent without cold calling or door knocking. So let's jump right into this today. When you join a brokerage, yes, you get credibility and resources, but let's be honest, their brand is designed to promote the company and not you. And that is what the brokerage bottleneck is all about. If you rely on their identity, you're just another interchangeable agent with the same logo, the same templated materials, and the exact same pitch. So if you really think about it, when someone refers a client, they don't say, you should call X brokerage name, they're great. They say, you should call, for example, Kyle Mark. He is an amazing agent. That distinction is everything, and that is what the power of a brand can do for you. Right now, there are more than 2 licensed agents for every home sold in the US, and Canada isn't far behind on that stat line either. Competition is absolutely brutal, and here's the kicker. Many new agents earn less than $11,000 a year in gross income, while top producers make 6 figures and beyond. The difference isn't luck, it's differentiation. You cannot survive being generic, you have to stand out, and that's where personal branding comes in. It lets you carve out a unique identity that connects with your specific audience and gives your clients a reason to choose you. As we pull up the next slide deck on screen here, there are 5 pillars to building a strong personal brand, so write these down. Number 1, identity. Know who you are, your values, your personality, and your niche. Number 2, messaging is important, how you communicate that identity clearly and consistently. And number 3, online presence. How is your website looking, your social looking, Google My Business abilities? Those are all things where credibility starts, and a lot of those items are completely free and don't cost you any other money. So make sure that you dive into those things very, very hard. Number 4, visibility. Getting out there on social, networking, and community involvement is very important. And 5, the authority piece too. Proving that you are the expert. Testimonials, educational content, media features, YouTube. There are so many ways now, and especially with artificial intelligence, being able to use ChatGPT or a program like Manus, it gives you the ability to be able to script things out quickly, effectively to your specific niche. And like I said, the best part of this is that it is free to make that authority there. So when these 5 pillars align, you stop being just another agent and start being a magnetic brand for clients to come to you to see that you are that authority. As you jump into a little bit about my story, branding is where I had my personal breakthrough. When I started, I realized if I only marketed the property, I wasn't building a brand. I had to market myself just as much as my listings. And that's why I put myself in every single listing video. That's why I do lifestyle photos for content for myself for every listing, because when people see you over and over again, it creates recognition, referrals, and trust. And that's why listings are so important when building out that personal brand. So many people get stopped and not knowing what to do on how to build content or what they should do for content. When you have a listing, it's super, super easy. You can get video out that way, short form content, long form content, photos, all these sort of things that you can use to not only market your property and make your sellers happy, but market yourself. And when you can start to have that and you have professional grade photography, professional grade videography, and not just something that's templated, and you are posting all that content on social media, it's all in the subconscious. And that's why I post every day, several times a day on my social platforms, because it's that top of mind thing. Perhaps someone is not thinking about real estate in the here and now, but if they continue to look at my stories and they just associate me with real estate, when that person does want to transact, or when they know someone who wants to transact, I'm going to be popping into the top of their mind because I've been in the subconscious there. And that's where this content creation types of strategy is really, really important. And if I'm super honest with you, I used to absolutely suck on camera, and I still struggle sometimes, but with anything, it's like a muscle. Being in front of the lens is something that you need to do, and the more that you do it, the stronger you get. So video is the preferred method of content today. And if you're not putting yourself in your videos, you'll never get comfortable, and you'll never be able to build that trust and recognition in the marketplace itself. For myself, I knew that I wanted to have a luxury brand from the very beginning. And for me, luxury isn't about the price point, it's all about the client journey. So when I got my first listings, I treated every listing like a luxury listing. Even if it was an entry level condo, same professional photographer as my multi-million dollar listings. If it was a starter home, same videographer. Sure, the bigger homes had some add-ons, but the standard was always at a luxury level, and you have to create that standard to set yourself apart. And if you don't practice what you preach, you're going to drop the ball. And you need to be able to put into action what you want to do. So for myself, and I know I'm in Vancouver, I'm at a higher priced market, an entry level condo that isn't that great is going to be in that, $500,000 range. But when I had that $500,000 range, I already had ideas of the type of property and print materials that I wanted to, the type of listings, the videographers and photographers that I wanted to work with. But the solution to that problem was I was getting my reps in. The worst thing you can do is have all these ideas of what you want to do when you get that $1 million listing. But when you get that $1 million listing, if you have no idea who you want to work with, what your print materials are, you're going to drop the ball. So because when I had these entry level $500,000, $600,000 condos, $900,000 detached homes, which are very undervalued or under market in my location here in Vancouver, I was already setting the standard and I knew exactly what to do. So when I did get my $3.8 million listings, when I got a $4.2 million listing, I already knew what I needed to do. I had my connections, I had all my branding, so it went smoothly. The worst thing that you can do, and it's all about relationships here, is that when you have an opportunity, you have to run with it. If you don't practice and put a framework of what you want to do, if you meet that person in an elevator lobby or at a networking event and you go in there and they trust you and you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to burn that bridge with that client and their whole referral network. So I really urge anyone who's wanting to help with their branding, get those pillars here and now and start it. So when you do get these higher end properties, that you are going to be able to really knock it out of the park. And it's all about that white glove service and making sure that you are a full stop broker offering all these other items when it comes to your services. And when it comes to that white glove service and your personal brand, you don't want to be cheap. You don't want to look like a discounted broker. So for myself, I always invested in floor plans, 3D scans, long form YouTube tours, short form reels, professional brochures, mailouts, you name it. And early on, I went to Etsy to grab templates. And now with AI, you can use ChatGPT and Canva to create stunning property packages very, very quickly. When I was first creating mine, it took me so long because I had to write all the ad copies. So there's really no excuses for us now not being able to produce high quality visuals because we have artificial intelligence, because we have ChatGPT, and we can create all that text very, very quickly. So stop using generic templates, be different. Use your brand. It costs money at the beginning, but your brand is not an expense. It's a complete investment, not only into yourself, but for your future business as well. So when I get a listing, every listing I market gets a long form YouTube video, a short form reel, paid ads running behind that short form reel as well. And it's because different buyers consume content in different ways. Some want the deep dive, others want the 30-second highlight video. And video doesn't just serve your listing, it builds your brand at the exact same time. And it positions you as a listing agent, not just a buyer's agent waiting for leads. As we get into some tactical strategies here for you to implement, here are 7 ways you can stand out with your personal branding right now. So your product, niche down, whether it's luxury, whether it's condo, relocations, whatever it is, you need to find your product and your niche. Your processes, make your client journey smoother, more tech-driven, or be more personal. Use ChatGPT. I know I have some videos that I put out there in terms of my open house strategies, what I do for my buyer and seller onboarding. Make sure you have a system and always be willing to change that and improve your systems. Don't stagnate. And number 3, price, be value-driven. If you offer a ton of services, you can ask for more on the commission side, but people need to see that value, and more importantly, you need to be able to communicate it and articulate it as well. Number 4, experience. Deliver a level of service nobody forgets. And as I go through the list here, take a screenshot of the slide and just upload that into ChatGPT. Ask it to ask you these questions so you can build out these 7 pillars so you can implement some of this stuff right away. Number 5, technology. Be the one using the newest tools to give clients an edge. Stay up to date on artificial intelligence. Not only is it going to make your business flow a lot smoother, it's going to save you time and it's going to really impress your client base. Number 6, marketing. Make your brand look polished and consistent across every channel. Don't have a certain photographer for a cheap listing as opposed to a higher end listing. Keep everything the same. You need to have a standard so when someone works with you, there's no question mark of what kind of service they're going to get from you. 7, relationships. Build trust so deep your clients become advocates. What does that mean? That's where content is so important. Whether you pick up YouTube, social media, make sure you have some educational pieces to that. Understand your market, understand the data that comes in so you can look like an authority when you talk to people as well. There are so many things that agents here we can do, and oftentimes we always want to focus on the new shiny object, but pick a couple pillars in your business, 2, maybe 3, and just really advance yourself into those areas and put in the time. And real estate isn't really complicated. You need to pick a couple pillars, dedicate time to them, and no matter what you do, it will work if you put in those reps. If we look at some of the biggest names in real estate, such as Aaron Kerman, who's sold over $22 billion in his career, his words exactly are, everybody copies everyone, I choose to be unique. Another stalwart, Ryan Serhant, he built an empire through video, transparency, and social media. And other agents that we know of that are household names, you can see that they've had very, very strong brands and they have used content creation and video to get them to where they wanted to be. They didn't just sell houses, they built brands, and that in turn built trust. And that's exactly the roadmap that you need to do. You may not want to be a Ryan Serhant. Not everyone needs to be a Ryan Serhant, but everyone can create a brand and everyone can create a business that they want and be proud of, but it starts with your brand. And at the end of the day, with my results, what I've seen in quite a short order, because I branded myself this way, I became a listing dominant agent in my market in just over a year and a half. I don't door knock, I don't cold call, I don't pay for leads. Unless I have a listing, of course, then I will market those. But clients come to me because they see the consistency, they see my videos, they see the brochures, and they see my brand. That consistency turned into referrals, repeat business, and constant inbound opportunities. And at the end of the day, if you're hiding behind your brokerage's brand, you're setting yourself up to be completely forgotten in this environment. The future belongs to the agents who market themselves as much as their listings, treat every single property with the same high value standard, show up consistently on video and social media, and build a brand that reflects who they are, not just where they hang their license. So brand yourself, differentiate yourself, and invest in yourself. That's how you build a career in real estate that lasts. If you are needing help with your brand or where to start, book in with me in my calendar. You can scan the QR code or it is in the link in the description below. Our team here at the Wolfpack offers all these services on how to launch your brand, how to launch on social media, and it is all for free with no splits. But thank you so much for your time. Until the next one, take care.